Dear students, let us begin with second part of the lesson, in which you will learn about the exploring measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion, also known as measures of variability or spread or statistical matrix, used to quantify how much the value is data deviated from the central tendency, which is mean, median or mode. They provide information about the data points, spread, scatter or variability, indicating how diverse or similar they are. Commonly used measures of dispersion: range, variance, standard deviation, coefficient of variations. The last one is interquartile range, which is denoted by IQR. Range, which is simplest measure of variation, difference between the largest and the smallest observations, ignores the distribution of the data and is sensitive to outliers. Range equal to x largest value minus x smallest value, which is the one of the simplest measure in measures of dispersion. For example, the emotional intelligence score of 5 players from 2 teams is given below, team A and team B. Verify that the 2 teams have same mean, median and mode. If you calculate the central tendency measures like mean, median, mode, we will get the same results. By using the central tendency measures like mean, median, mode, you will get same results for team A and team B. This situation, we can't take any decision about the central tendency measures. Then we will move to the measures of variations. First, we will calculate the range for this score. Range to describe the difference in 2 data sets. We use a descriptive measure that indicates the amount of spread or variability or dispersion in a data set. It is the difference between maximum and minimum values of the data set. For range, we have to calculate team A and team B. Team A range is largest value minus smallest value, which is 78 minus 72. We can get 6 as a range for team A. Similarly, we may get range for team B equal to 17. The advantage is it is easy to compute. The disadvantage is here only 2 values are considered. Sample standard deviation. Unlike the range, the sample standard deviation takes into account all the data values. The following procedure is used to find the sample standard deviation. Step 1. Find the mean of the data, which is x bar equal to summation of x by n. The notation is given below. For example, team A, adding all the observation divided by the total number of observation, we may get 75 as a average score for team A. Step 2. Find the deviation of each score from the mean. Note the sum of the deviation is 0. Here the summation of xi minus x bar equal to 0, it is the assumption. Then first column says the individual score of each players, then we subtract from the x bar. Each observation is subtract from the x bar. Here x bar is 75, so 72 minus 75 we can get minus 3. Similarly, we will do all the observations. Then the formula is summation of I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar square. So we may square all the xi minus x bar observations. The square of each deviation from the mean, find the sum of the squared deviations. Here we get the summation of I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar whole square equal to 24. Step 4. The sample variance is determined by dividing the sum of the squared deviation by n minus 1, the number of score minus 1. S square is the sampling variance, which is summation of I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar whole square divided by the n minus 1. For example, the team A, the sample variance is 24. Here the total number of players is 5. So, n minus 1, here 5 minus 1 equal to 4, then we will get the final results as a 6. Step 5, the sample standard deviation is square root of the variance. The mathematical formula for the sample standard deviation is S is equal to the same formula which is used in the previously, simply we take the square root. So, we take the square root from the previous value. The sample standard deviation for the team A is square root of 6. Let us see measures of dispersion in SPSS. From the frequency table, we may get the dispersion options, we may get dispersion measures like standard deviation, variance, range, minimum, maximum and standard error of the mean. You then click continue, you may get the all measures of dispersion values in the SPSS output box. Measures of dispersion in SPSS. First, open your data set in SPSS. Then navigate to Analyze menu in the main menu and select Descriptive Statistics and then click Descriptives. In the Descriptive dialog box, select the variable for which you want to calculate the variance and the standard deviation. Then click on the option button and select the desired statistics including the variance and the standard deviations. Finally, then click OK to generate the output, which will display the variance and standard deviation values for the selected variables. Dear students, let us summarize what we have learned in the second part of this lesson. We have learned different measures which is available in the measures of central tendency, and finally how to get these measures of dispersion values in SPSS. I hope you will be enjoyed this lecture. We will continue in the next video. Thank you.